Are Facebook ads still worth it for your landscaping business in 2026? What's up, you guys? It's Matt Thibeau here at Savant Marketing Agency. And if you're new to the channel, all we do here is talk about how you can scale your landscaping business to 7 figures and beyond using digital marketing that works. And I've got an exciting video here today. We're going to be talking all about Facebook ads and whether or not they are worth it for your landscaping business. I've got 7 different discussion points here that we're going to go through and grade them. I'm just going to give you an honest breakdown of Facebook ads and the state of them as we're going into 2026. We're going to talk about the good, the bad, and the ugly. So by the end of this video, you'll know exactly if they're the right fit for your company. So the first point of discussion is going to be cost per lead. Facebook ads ranks excellent on the cost per lead scale, and here's why. Typically, a cost per lead on Facebook, if you're using lead forms and you're doing things properly, like how we teach on this channel, you're looking at a cost per lead of about $20 to $50. And compare that to, Google ads, which would be around $100 per lead. The cost per lead on Facebook ads is still very good and extremely scalable. There are definitely things that you can do that would allow you to get a lower cost per lead. And I would say that the only downside when it comes to cost per lead on Facebook ads is that there are different ways of setting up your campaign. So if you were to do something like messaging ads, your cost per lead would be a lot lower, but then the quality of the lead would be lower. Whereas if you do lead forms, you're typically in the range of, like I said, 20 to $50. And then if you run to a landing page, you're typically looking at something more comparable to Google, like around $100. So right now, though, I would say that Facebook ads is probably the cheapest place on the internet with paid advertising to get the lowest price for a cost per lead. So it is definitely very, very good if you're looking for a cheap cost per lead. The next ranking factor I'm going to put down here is going to be lead quality. So I'm going to rank the lead quality on Facebook as average. The reason for that is that it's mostly based off of an interruptive experience, right? If you think about how someone's scrolling through Facebook and they see an ad, they haven't necessarily asked to see that ad, and they're kind of just seeing it based off of their interests or their demographics or the way that we're targeting them. A lot of the lead quality depends also on the quality of your ads. So if your ads are pulling really well and Facebook is going to like that, then the quality of those leads is definitely going to be a lot better, right? Whereas if your ads aren't really performing all that well, Facebook is going to start sending just crap to you with people who have fat thumbs or whatever like that, because it's not pulling any leads and Facebook wants to pull leads for you. So it's going to try, but it's just not going to be able to do that. So all of that to say, the lead quality definitely depends a lot on the type of creative that you're using and whether or not the ad is actually pulling leads. And, I would definitely say that the lead quality on Facebook is scalable, but with some reservations. So that's why I'm going to rate it as average. Number 3 on this ranking factor is going to be buyer intent. Typically on Facebook ads, there's not going to be a whole lot of buyer intent simply because of what I was talking about in the ranking factor of number 2, in the fact that it's more interruptive marketing. So what you're going to see on Facebook ads is you're going to definitely see a mix of, people who have high intent, but then also people who have very low intent. So in this case, I would definitely rank the buyer intent on Facebook as average or maybe even slightly below average because of the nature of Facebook. The 4th ranking factor is going to be scalability. There is no other platform on the internet, in my opinion, that's as scalable as Facebook ads. So I'm going to rank them as being excellent on this scale. And here's why. With Facebook ads, you can put your ads in front of people whether or not they've asked to see that. And so the kind of like the downside of them is also their upside, because you can spend more on Facebook ads and those ads will just show to more and more people more often. And that's extremely powerful as well, because now you can target a very specific subset of people and show them ads over and over again, or varying degrees of ads or different types of ads. And this makes it extremely scalable, because the problem with Google or ChatGPT or SEO is these are all reliant on demand to be able to get leads coming through. But what happens if there's no demand? What if people aren't typing in search queries for your services? Then Facebook ads is amazing for that. This is why Facebook ads is so powerful for generating demand, because you can show your ads to people over and over again and start to educate them about what it is that you do. The fifth ranking factor that I have here is going to be speed to ROI. I'm going to rate Facebook ads here excellent on the ranking scale. And here's why. Is because Facebook ads is very quick to start spitting out qualified leads. We usually will see leads within 24 to 48 hours with our clients on the launch date. And if you are doing things properly and you have a solid sales system, which we'll talk about in a sec, you are definitely going to have a pretty fast track to seeing an ROI. Unlike things like SEO, which are going to take 4 to 6 months to start ranking and start getting more leads coming through, Facebook is going to be fairly instantaneous when you turn them on. And so that means that you can generate ROI and revenue from that campaign extremely quickly. And that's why we always recommend it for clients as one of the fastest ways to start scaling up their business, making some money from their marketing, and then take that marketing ROI and put it into other long-term investments like SEO or Google ads, which I would consider to be a little bit more long-term. So I'm going to rank Facebook ads as excellent in terms of generating ROI quickly. The sixth ranking factor that I have here is going to be overall management. I'm going to rank Facebook ads as average when it comes to management of the accounts. The reason for that is that as you scale the campaign, it's going to take a lot more management. I would say that for the average landscaper to manage Facebook ads themselves is probably not the best bet. That's why a lot of people hire our marketing company to take care of it for them, because you need to replenish your ads usually every 2 to 4 weeks in order to keep the cost per lead the same on Facebook. There's something called ad fatigue, where you should be starting off with running about 10 to 15 different ads. And so if you just set it and forget it, and you leave those ads running for a month or two, your cost per lead is going to start going up because people are tired of seeing the same ads over and over again. So we change out the ads usually every 2 to 4 weeks for our clients. And as we scale up their campaigns, it's even more often than that. So if you don't have a team of editors, if you don't really know how to split test things and understand and have the time to look at all the numbers and such, I would say that this is probably going to have a lot of management for you. And that's why typically people hire a marketing company to take care of it for them. The seventh and final ranking factor that I have here is going to be sales dependency. Sales dependency means how dependent on the overall sales process that you have in order to be successful. And so for Facebook ads, I would rank it around average or below average, because you need to have a pretty decent sales process in place. That's why we set our clients up with Go High Level, which is a custom CRM, and we give them some training on sales, because if you don't really have a real sales process and you're kind of just winging it, these types of leads for you might be a little bit difficult, especially compared to something like referrals. Facebook leads are going to be a little bit lower intent, like I was saying. So if you aren't very good at calling your leads quickly, if you aren't really organized at like keeping track of your leads, if you aren't really good at in-person sales, you don't really know how to pitch your services very well, then this might be a little bit of a learning curve for you. So in summary, are Facebook ads still worth it for your landscaping business in 2026? Absolutely. I would still rank Facebook ads as excellent out of all of the things that we discussed here. Some of the notes to just take note of with Facebook ads is it has a fantastic cost per lead. The lead quality is definitely around average. You know, something you're going to want to make sure if you do Facebook ads is you want to have a great team in place to manage them for you so that you can keep up with all the management. You also want to have a good sales process in place too, so that you can actually capitalize on all of the opportunities. So I hope you guys found this video helpful. If you did, give it a thumbs up, give it a subscribe. If you have any questions, comment below. I'm happy to answer. If you're interested in hiring our marketing company to really take your business to the next level, you can click the link below, book a call with my team. We'd be happy to speak with you. All right, guys, I'll see you on my next video.